From Neural Newscast, this is Prime Cyber Insights, intelligence for defenders, leaders, and decision makers.
Welcome to Prime Cyber Insights for May 11th. Lauren, the intersection of AI and core infrastructure is generating significant friction today.
It is, Aaron. Joining us today is Chad Thompson, a director-level AI and security leader with a systems-level perspective on automation, enterprise risk, and operational resilience. Chad, welcome. We're starting with Ollama, where researchers at Zara disclosed Bleeding Llama, or 2026 Cape Verde Escudos 7482. This is a 9.1 rated heap out-of-bounds read in the GGUF model loader that allows unauthenticated remote memory leaks.
The vulnerability stems from the unsafe write-to function, allowing attackers to craft GGUF files with inflated tensor shapes to read past allocated buffers. This can expose environment variables, API keys, and conversation data. Compounding this, researchers at Striga detailed two unpatched flaws in Ollama for Windows, CVE 2026 42248 and 2026 Cape Verde Escudos 42249, involving path traversal and missing signature checks in the update mechanism. Chad, how does this change the risk profile for local AI deployments?
Aaron, it shifts local inference from a privacy-preserving safe harbor to a primary attack surface. The Bleeding Llama flaw shows that by bypassing standard memory safety, attackers can effectively turn an internal AI server into an exfiltration pivot. When you layer the Windows Updater flaws on top, we're seeing a lack of basic software supply chain hygiene in tools that are being integrated directly into developer environments.
That integration is exactly what Google's threat intelligence group highlighted today. They identified a zero-day exploit they believe was developed using AI, specifically a Python script for bypassing 2FA on web-based admin tools. Chad, are we seeing a transition toward autonomous threat actors?
Absolutely, Lauren. The Google report isn't just about code generation, it's about orchestration. They're tracking Chinese and North Korean actors, like UNC 2814 and Silent Chalama, using LLMs to analyze firmware and automate vulnerability research. Tools like Hextrike and Strix are enabling agentic workflows where the AI isn't just a helper, it's navigating the environment and interpreting user activity autonomously.
Google mentioned Prompt Spy, an Android backdoor that actually prompts Gemini to interpret real-time user activity to replay authentication gestures. Does this move us past the human-in-the-loop defensive model?
We're moving toward human on the loop, when agents can validate their own exploits and maintain persistence without human oversight. The speed of the attack outpaces traditional SOC responses. Organizations have to start thinking about agentic security validation to keep up with these AI-driven frameworks that scale discovery with almost zero marginal cost to the attacker.
The scale is already evident. Zara just disclosed a breach via its BigQuery instances, exposing nearly 200,000 emails and purchase records. This is tied back to the Anodot incident, an AI-powered cloud analytics platform that integrated with Snowflake. While Inditex claims payment data wasn't taken, the geographic and purchase data provides a perfect blueprint for those AI-tailored phishing campaigns Chad was describing.
On the mobile front, the TrickMo Android banker has evolved again. Threat Fabric reports it's now using the Open Network, or TON, for command and control. By routing communications through .adnl addresses on an encrypted overlay network, it avoids public DNS and makes traditional takedowns ineffective. Chad, how do practitioners defend against infrastructure that intentionally hides outside the standard internet hierarchy?
It requires moving defense to the endpoint and the identity layer, Aaron. When network-level blocks are neutralized by TON's encrypted overlay, you have to rely on behavioral detection of the malware's Stage 2 modules. Whether it's the Zara leak or TrickMo's stealth, the common thread is that adversaries are using the very same cloud and decentralized technologies we use for resilience to build their own persistence.
That resilience is the bottom line. We need to audit local AI instances and secure them behind authenticated gateways, especially as automated threats like TrickMo and agentic exploits become the baseline. This briefing is provided for informational purposes only.
We will continue to track the weaponization of these frameworks. For full technical analysis, visit pci.neuralnewscast.com. That's the briefing for today. Join us next time on Prime Cyber Insights. Neural Newscast is AI-assisted, human-reviewed. View our AI transparency policy at neuralnewscast.com.
This has been Prime Cyber Insights on Neural Newscast. Intelligence for defenders, leaders, and decision makers.